When I first watched The 27th Day from 1957, I was struck by how different it felt from other sci-fi films of its era. Directed by William Asher and based on a novel by John Manteley, this movie isn't just about aliens and spaceships. It's more of a psychological and philosophical exploration of humanity's potential for destruction and redemption. It takes the typical Cold War-era anxieties about nuclear war and global conflict and spins them into a tense, moral-driven narrative that had me thinking long after it ended. The plot kicks off when 5 random individuals from around the globe are suddenly abducted by an alien, known only as the Alien, played by Arnold Moss. The 5 people, Eve Wingate from England, Jonathan Clark from America, Sue Tan from China, Klaus Beckner from Germany, and an unnamed Soviet soldier, are given small capsules with the power to wipe out all human life within a 3,000-mile radius. Each of them is told that they have 27 days to use this power before the capsules deactivate, and only their unique brainwaves can trigger the capsules. The twist? The alien promises that the capsules will only destroy human life, leaving the Earth and all other life forms intact. The alien's motivation is what really intrigued me. He explains that his race is facing extinction and needs a new planet, but rather than simply taking Earth by force, they want to see if humanity will destroy itself first. It's a chilling concept that puts the fate of the entire world in the hands of just 5 people. The film raises an interesting question. If given the power to annihilate your enemies, would you? And even more importantly, should you? The movie doesn't rush into action or rely on flashy special effects, which, given the 1950s budget, was probably a wise choice. Instead, it builds tension by focusing on the moral and ethical dilemmas faced by each of the characters. I found myself constantly questioning what I would do if placed in their situation. Would I use the capsules to eliminate a perceived threat, or would I destroy the capsules and hope that no one else uses theirs?
If he dies, the capsules are useless. Look after him!
Gene Barry plays Jonathan Clark, a radio journalist who becomes the film's moral center. He represents the best of humanity, logical, ethical, and determined to prevent global catastrophe. His counterpart, Eve Wingate, Valerie French, is also grappling with the weight of this responsibility, and the two of them form a bond as they try to navigate their terrifying situation. One of the things I appreciated about The 27th Day was how it used its international cast to explore different worldviews. Sue Tan, Marie Chen, is from Communist China. Klaus Beckner, George Voskovec, is a German scientist grappling with his country's recent history, and the unnamed Soviet soldier represents the tense relationship between the West and the USSR. Each of these characters comes from a background where global conflict is either a reality or a looming threat, and their reactions to the capsules reflect their respective worldviews. This brings me to one of the most interesting aspects of the film, the Cold War allegory. It's hard not to see the capsules as stand-ins for nuclear weapons, and the film plays on the anxieties of the time. The capsules have the potential to end civilization, just like the nuclear bombs that hung over the heads of people in the 1950s. But unlike most Cold War-era sci-fi films, The 27th Day isn't about a clear-cut enemy like invading aliens or evil communists. Instead, it explores how the choices of a few individuals could lead to global destruction or salvation. The pacing of the film is slower than some might expect from a sci-fi thriller, but I think it works in the movie's favor. It gives the characters and the audience time to really contemplate the consequences of their actions. The tension doesn't come from alien invasions or space battles, but from the ticking clock of the 27-day countdown and the psychological stress placed on the 5 humans. It's a different kind of suspense, one that's rooted in moral conflict rather than physical danger. As the 27 days tick down, each character is faced with their own personal dilemma. Will they use the capsules? Can they trust the others not to use theirs? The tension reaches a boiling point when it's revealed that the Soviet government has captured one of the capsules and plans to use it as a weapon. This plot twist really ramps up the Cold War allegory, highlighting the fear and mistrust between the global superpowers. The film's ending, without giving too much away, is surprisingly hopeful. Instead of descending into chaos and destruction, the characters find a way to use the capsules in a way that saves humanity rather than destroying it. It's a refreshing change from the darker, more cynical endings of many sci-fi films from that era. The solution they come up with reflects the film's underlying message. that humanity has the capacity for both destruction and redemption, and the choice between the two is ultimately ours. In terms of its production values, The 27th Day doesn't have the same flashy effects as some other sci-fi films of the 1950s, but I didn't find that to be a drawback. The minimalist approach kept the focus on the characters and the weight of their decisions rather than on alien technology or futuristic gadgets. The acting is solid, with Gene Barry and Arnold Moss delivering particularly strong performances. Moss, in particular, brings a sense of gravitas to his role as the alien observer, balancing his character's seemingly detached neutrality with an underlying hope that humanity will prove itself worthy of survival. In conclusion, The 27th Day is a thought-provoking and unique entry in 1950 science fiction. Rather than focusing on spectacle, it delves into deeper philosophical questions about power, responsibility, and the fate of humanity. The film's Cold War allegory is subtle but effective, and the moral dilemmas faced by its characters are just as relevant today as they were when the movie was released. If you're looking for a sci-fi film that's more about ideas than explosions, The 27th Day is definitely worth checking out.